I must have thought it was okay. I must not have seen anything wrong with it. Now looking back, it deeply saddens me.
Hey, what's crack? I'm VangelinaSkov. In my last video, I talked a little bit about the controversy going on with TeamPinata. My focus in that video is actually to talk about DissociaDID's response, not the controversy itself. But a lot of people had commented saying they didn't understand what was going on, they couldn't find any information on what was actually happening, and people were just generally confused. And as well as that, some other people had commented asking if I would do updates and follow-ups and things like that. So in today's video, I am going to be doing my best to give a kind of a timeline to the scandal, I guess if you want to call it that, just to clear things up for everybody, what's actually going on and what led up to now. Before the video actually begins, Before the video actually begins, I just want to say thank you all so much for 600 subscribers. It was 597 or 98 before I went to have dinner just now, and then looked at my phone just before recording this and it's at 603. So thank you guys so much. I think yesterday I had 442, and I didn't think I was gonna get to even 500 ever. So it's pretty cool that there's 600 people here who actually think my videos are interesting. I do really appreciate that. So thank you for being here, and for everybody who was here before that. So just thanks in general. So to get an idea of what's going on here, let's start from the beginning. TeamPinata is a dissociative system, and they're YouTubers on YouTube. That is generally where you would YouTube. Being a dissociative system means that they're a single body with dissociative identity disorder, or DID. That was previously known as multiple personality disorder, but not anymore because the name is misleading, as it's not actually a personality disorder. So they're a single body with multiple alters, or multiples. The host of that system, meaning the person who is out or who fronts the most often, is Nan. Like most people who are diagnosed with DID, Nan didn't know that they had this disorder until they were already an adult. But during childhood, they became aware of their first alter, who I believe is called Risk. This isn't exactly essential to the story, I just want to kind of give a little bit of a background of who they are. In January of 2004, Nan joined fanfiction.net and began writing some sort of fanfiction there a few months later. In 2004, just for context, they're 15 years old. The next year in 2005, they joined Fan Art Central, where they started putting out their own art. They are quite artistic, they like to draw, which is the central theme of the problems here. Just to point out, I might actually have to fix my lighting at some point because it got really dark. The daylight is going away. But I'm going to stick with it for as long as possible because this light above my head does not do me any justice. Then in 2006, Nan joined DeviantArt and started liking pictures there, some of them a bit more questionable, and also drawing their own pictures and putting them up. Starting in July of 2007, Nan started posting some more questionable drawings that they had done. I don't want to go into details of any of the drawings that we're going to be talking about here, but the problematic drawings are of children in questionable positions, or at this point in their underwear, things like that. It does progress later on. This grows a bit in 2010 when Nan starts posting in sneeze fetish forums. They also posted some of their artwork there of their original characters and of known characters already sneezing. And obviously it's in a very fetishized way. Now all through 2010 and 2011, Nan was posting quite frequently on these forums, a lot of different ones posting a lot of their own artwork. And a lot of these were of childlike characters, so either their own original characters or characters that are known to be canonically underage, such as Tails, who is supposedly 10, the Powerpuff Girls, who are kindergartners, and I believe in the Powerpuff Girls one, they were being forced to sneeze by Mojo Jojo. That's a sentence I really never thought I was going to say, and I wish I didn't have to say that. I feel gross. And this time they're also liking a lot of posts to do with sneezing fetishes. They've admitted that they have a sneezing fetish, which again is not the issue, it's the underage thing. But they're posting in all these forums, liking posts about it, and all that kind of jazz. Now we get to 2013, where Nan starts doing commissions. They've done commissions before, but now they're doing commissions for people in the sneezing fetish community. And all up until this time, they're still doing their artwork, drawing underage characters, or sometimes making them look a little bit older, or the other way around, making older characters look younger. It's a bit confusing, I know, but bear with me. Now, these commissions are allegedly, and I think by Nan's own admission recently, a lot of them were of underage characters, or of macro versus micro, which is when there's a bigger character and a smaller character, although I don't know if there's ages involved with that. I think they're just bigger and smaller, but you get the kind of connotation there. By 2014, Nan already has a Tumblr account which is dedicated to sneezing in a very sexual way. They're interacting with posts on there, liking very questionable things, one of which is a animation of an anime girl with a flat chest sneezing, and then while she sneezes, she grows really giant boobs. My neighbors think I'm insane. I am insane. I think I'm going insane. So on their Tumblr, they posted this, and I'm going to read it here to make sure I get it right. It's titled, "So What Is a Fetish?" I identify as having asexual fetish. Sure, I also have a lot of sexual kinks as well, but they're not the same in my book. As I define both, I'll be defining them as they apply to sexual appeal. A kink is when something is intriguing, fascinating, captivating in a sexual way, but isn't necessary in order to become aroused or get off. In my own situation, my kinks only enhance my primary fetish. They're rarely sexual by themselves at all, really. Example, I have a sexual kink for gas masks and facial coverings. They're erotic, they're appealing, they lead to my mind into an exciting place. However, I do not get aroused from them by themselves, only if they're paired with my fetish itself. Do they heighten the sexiness of that? Kinks are little bits of sexual spice that enhance the flavor of arousal. Very... Oh, why is it getting... God does not like this. I'm gonna turn on my light. Not very flattering lighting, but it's better. Okay, moving on with the post. A fetish takes a step or several beyond that of a kink. It isn't just intriguing, fascinating, and captivating in a sexual way, it's downright obsessive and fixating, and in a psychologically defined sense, it's fucking necessary. It's required for orgasm, excitement, or even arousal to take place. Example, I have a fetish for sneezing. Yep, sneezing. Sexually love most things to do with sneezing, sickness, germs, allergens, tissues, mucus, fever, coughing, etc. I really don't get it, but you know, that's not the problem. There's a lot of birds flying outside my window. It's very pretty because the sky is purple right now. That is a lot of birds. I need to be thinking of sneezing in order to become aroused, and definitely if I want to come. I'm fascinated, enamored, and obsessed about pretty much anything to do with sneezing, germs, and mucus, etc. So, if kinks and spice in the sex cake, a fetish is like the entire cake. Okay. Anybody else need a shower? I do. Look, I shouldn't be kink shaming or fetish shaming, but it's I don't like it. You do you, as long as everybody is over 18 and consenting. Then in 2015, Nan starts a blog for their drawings, and they describe them as porn. And even saying, I'm so happy that I get to make my own porn. Now this would have been fine, as it was, but a lot of the characters that they drew on there were canonically underage or appearing underage. Some of the images were just of people sneezing, others were of people nude or engaging in BDSM or other sort of sexual acts. Some of these characters are, I'm just double checking that I've got these right, Mega Man, who's 10, Greg from Steven Universe but made to look younger, again as I mentioned the Powerpuff Girls, and Rainbow Bright from My Little Ponies, who is a child, but they are aged up with the addition of breasts, which I find inherently weird. A lot of these images that they were putting out at the time did have tags, using fetish tags and things like that, so they were being fetishized. Fetish. It's a really hard word. You know what I'm trying to say. Then we're going to jump ahead a little bit to 2018, when TeamPinata, their entire system, starts a partnership with another system called DissociaDID. Man, who again is the host, is romantically involved, or was romantically involved with the host at the time, who was Chloe. Chloe is no longer the host of Chloe is no longer the host of the DissociaDID system. Why did I stumble over that? I've been practicing. Chloe was the host, but she integrated, I think, last year with another alter called Nina, and their integration created Nin, who is the new host. And Nin and Nan are, or at least were a couple of days ago, romantically involved. Now, why this is important is because early this year, Nin and some other alters from the DissociaDID system were on an episode of Anthony Padilla's show on YouTube, which was I Spent a Day with Multiple Personalities. And on that they talked about their journey with DID and having that disorder and what it means and what life is like. And there were also some other systems there as well. After that video, Trisha Paytas, who is another YouTuber, you know who Trisha Paytas is, she put up a video claiming to have dissociative identity disorder as well, although not diagnosed. A lot of people were calling her out, saying it was fake, that she was just looking for attention, as this is a sort of a pattern with Trisha Paytas. I'm not going to give my opinions on that, that's just what people were saying. One of the things that she did was she talked a little bit about Anthony's video and called Nin from the DissociaDID system fake. Not fake, crazy. Didn't call her fake. Following this, Anthony made a response, and Nin made a response where she didn't call out Trisha or anything, she just corrected where she was spreading misinformation about dissociative identity. I am so unable to speak today, this is crazy. Dissociative identity disorder. There we go. Jesus Christ. Trisha did not react well to this, and she ranted a lot on her Instagram story, and I think on a YouTube video as well. She screamed and shouted at the camera and told everybody basically to go fuck themselves. That was the gist of it. And then following this, there was a lot of back and forth, but not between Trisha and Anthony and Nin, but between Trisha's followers and Nin's followers, or DissociaDID's followers, not Nin specifically. Now this brought a lot of attention to DissociaDID, as you can imagine, and with that came a lot of attention on TeamPinata too, being their partner system and being in a lot of their videos. So people were starting to dig up information on them, do their best to debunk them and say why they were faking their disorders or how they were terrible people and blah blah blah. A lot of it was speculation, a lot of it was rumors, a lot of it was made up. But one of the things that came up was Nan's drawings. These were actually brought up by a YouTuber called Grandad's Lounge. He's since deleted the video, so I can't show you any of it. I think he was getting a lot of hate from it because he was being quite aggressive in the videos. So he just didn't want to deal with the drama and took them down. But he brought up the whole thing about TeamPinata and Nan and their drawings and all the underage, weird, fetishy, sexualized drawings that they had done. Then, a little bit earlier in the month, this month of April, Nan went live on Instagram to talk about the allegations made against them. And they were basically saying that they were sorry, but they weren't sorry for drawing child pornography. Rather, they were sorry for putting drawings of children in the same vlog as their porn. As they claim it, those were supposed to be cute and not sexual, despite the fact that they previously said that sneezing is sexual for them. And during this live stream, we can see that Nin from DissociaDID, who we can assume is Nin, was active and commenting on the live stream saying, you know, it's okay, you've said everything, I love you, all this stuff. So still supporting them and, you know, trying to be there for their fiance. But this all kind of goes to shit yesterday, as of me recording this, when Nin from DissociaDID posted on their Instagram saying that more evidence has come to light and they cannot condone the actions of Nan.
But now that there's more information and more things that have been leaked that we absolutely can't endorse, it's not okay. We didn't know about any of this stuff, so obviously it's a shock.
Prior to this, a lot of other DID YouTubers and systems had denounced Nan and TeamPinata, but that wasn't 100% relevant for the timeline. Between the time of the live stream and Nin saying that she doesn't want to have much to do with them anymore, TeamPinata were privating their Instagram and unprivating it, and privating videos on YouTube and then making them public again. As of now, their Instagram is either deactivated or completely private. I'm pretty sure that it's deactivated because I cannot access it at all, even a name, and a lot of people are saying that they can't. And all of their videos on YouTube have been taken down. Before they actually privated their Instagram or deactivated it, they did another live stream on their Instagram, claiming to be apologizing, but again, just kind of saying the same stuff and deflecting, and even claiming that they don't remember drawing any of this stuff, any of the really bad stuff at least, because at this point they cannot deny that those drawings exist anymore, because they do. They are highly sexualized, underage drawings. Some of them in, not just in their underwear or sneezing or things like that, but in sexual positions. It is child pornography. So now everything is private, the videos are all down. We don't have any word from TeamPinata or from Nan or anything else from Nin and DissociaDID. It seems to be quiet for now, and nobody really knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows if TeamPinata are going to come back, so at the moment it's all kind of speculation. Some people are saying they probably will come back when this all dies down. Some people are saying they're probably just going to stay the hell away from the internet from now on. But I'm going to keep updating if anything happens, and, you know, we'll see from there. So again, this is not a video for me to say my opinions. This is just me kind of doing my best to condense and timeline everything so that everybody's up to speed and knows what's going on. But I do want to say that I know a lot of people are coming up for reasons for why Nan might have drawn these things, or even Nan said, you know, they had a fucked up idea of sexuality. I think that was the way that they said it, but those are reasons, but they're not excuses, and it's really important to differentiate between the two. And as well as that, I know some people don't like to hear this, but as somebody who suffers with mental health issues, I can tell you this for a fact, that your mental problems do not excuse you from the things that you do. Eventually you are going to have to take responsibility for them, and you're going to have to learn how to do better and really, really make amends. And final note, I want to say, like I said in the last video, please, 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 I can't say this enough, please don't send any hate to anybody. Anybody. Like, just don't. None of us have the right. Criticism is good. Criticism is really good because it tells people when they've done wrong, and it doesn't attempt to educate them. Hate and telling people to kill themselves and that they should go fuck themselves and all of that is never, never, never okay. I don't care what you say, especially when it's masses of people on the internet. Just please don't do it. Anyway, this video is really long. Hopefully I can edit it down a little bit so it can be a little bit easier to watch. I don't like uploading really, really, really long videos. It's not really my style, I guess. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if I missed anything. If I did, you can just put it in the comments, and then people can see it there. I know I did leave out the video that TeamPinata did about comparing their sneezes. Kind of forgot to say that as I was talking. That's a thing that happened a while back. There you go. But if I missed anything else, you can leave it in the comments. And you can also let me know if you want me to do more updates on this or anything of the sort. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the new people who subscribed. And if you are new here, you can subscribe. Amazing. And also click the bell button, because you know what that does by now. You know what the bell button does. Every YouTuber says at the end of every single video, bell button please. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.